we got some kind of good rookies. Like, it's exciting. I know a big name was Raven Johnson. She was with South Carolina. And Raven Johnson is a freaking dog. We had our first day of training camp, and I just like love her. Like, I think she's going to be fantastic. Great defensive play.
Something shifted on day 2, not loudly, not with spectacle, but in a way everyone in that gym could immediately feel, because practice no longer carried the loose energy of day 1. It carried edge, and edge always shows itself in the smallest moments. When Sophie Cunningham stepped onto the floor, the attention wasn't just about a single play or a box score. It was about expectation, role pressure, and a quiet weight building around the team dynamic. Across from her stood Raven Johnson, and from the opening reps you could sense the rhythm wasn't fully settled. Early drills looked routine enough. Structured movement, controlled pacing, coaches tracking every detail. But then a single breakdown disrupted the flow, a misread that wasn't catastrophic on its own yet changed the temperature instantly. A few words were exchanged, brief, direct, contained. But in environments like this, tone travels faster than volume, and suddenly everyone nearby was reading between lines instead of watching the ball. From that point, everything tightened. Passes came sharper, decisions quicker, movement more intentional, as if the space itself had compressed under pressure. Another sequence followed, another miscue, another reset, and this time reaction was more visible. The silence after heavier, stretching just long enough to signal that something had shifted beyond the drill itself. Players started glancing, coaches paused mid-instruction, and attention stopped drifting, because now it wasn't just practice anymore. It was a live test of composure. Possession after possession carried that same weight, reflected in spacing, hesitation, and timing, because once tension enters the floor, it rewrites everything in real time. Even the sideline presence changed. Coaches observing without rushing in, letting the moment breathe, because how players respond under that kind of pressure often reveals more than any scripted evaluation ever could.
Dope.
And so
Dope.
I'm not going to put my ego and everything in front of things. And I know it is a business, but I think I'm just wired a little differently. I don't know. I just want to win. And so it was a little weird, but you know what? I think this is a great wake-up call to not get comfortable. I think it kind of lit a fire under my ass even more. At the end of the day, like, I'm coming back from a major, it was MCL. Like,
Totally.
You know what I mean? And so
Totally.
I feel good. I'm shooting the ball well. I'm mentally in a great spot.
And right now, every eye in that gym is locked in, because this is the sequence people remember later. The one that doesn't look loud in real time but carries weight afterward. It starts like any other reset, a normal possession building, structured and controlled. But before it can fully settle, a subtle reaction breaks the flow. Not dramatic, not exaggerated, just unmistakably different. And then it happens. Raven turns away. Not in haste, not in anger, but with a deliberate calm, stepping back. One step, then another, creating space without a word, without a scene, just distance. And in environments like this, distance speaks louder than anything said. The energy in the gym shifts again, quieter now, more alert, because everyone has seen it and is trying to interpret what it means in real time. Practice continues, but it doesn't fully feel like practice anymore, because once a moment like that lands, it lingers. You don't undo it, you just move through it, around the floor. The real action becomes internal. Players processing, coaches recalibrating, everyone quietly trying to piece together context from fragments of emotion, timing, and reaction. Because the truth is, these moments are never about a single exchange. They're about everything layered underneath it. Pressure, expectation, competition, and the occasional breakdown in understanding when intensity rises. Step back further, and it's not just two individuals anymore, it's a team in motion, still shaping its identity, still learning how roles fit together, how chemistry holds under strain, how balance is built through friction. And that process is never clean. Sometimes it looks exactly like this. Tense, sharp, uncomfortable, but undeniably real. And this is where it gets even more significant. Because moments like this don't stay contained within four walls. They travel, they echo, and they become part of a larger story unfolding far beyond the gym.
I was hearing rumors last season that the Indiana Fever front office really wasn't feeling Sophie for her antics on the court, like shoving JC Sheldon, being the enforcer. They didn't like none of that stuff. They called it bad press. From my understanding, allegedly, that's what people told me. So based off what I'm hearing so far, with just being 25 seconds into this thing, is that they basically told her to take it or leave it. Let's finish listening, man. This is very concerning.
I kind of shoot it straight, where if I wasn't feeling good or like I was hesitant, I think I would have said something and like been honest, because I'm just in the point in my career where I just want to win. Like, I just want to win.
Dope.
And so
Dope.
I'm not going to put my ego and everything in front of things. And I know it is a business, but I think I'm just wired a little differently. I don't know. I just want to win. And so it was a little weird, but you know what? I think this is a great wake up call to not get comfortable. I think it kind of lit a fire under my ass even more. At the end of the day, like, I'm coming back from a major, it was MCL. Like,
Totally.
You know what I mean? And so,
Totally.
I feel good. I'm shooting the ball well. I'm mentally in a great spot. The Fever signed, we kind of have like a new roster. And so we have Monique Billings, she is a very strong, physical, athletic four, rim runner, can grab every freaking offensive board, can dunk. So like, we'll take that.
Let's go.
Yeah, we signed Maisha Hines Allen, also a very physical, great player, more of a post player, 4-5. And then honestly, we got some kind of good rookies. Like, it's exciting. I know a big name was Raven Johnson. She was with South Carolina. And sometimes for me, I'm just not really good at knowing like if people's game are like if it's going to translate well in the W.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, I wonder if she's talking about Raven with the defense thing, because we all know Raven's locked down some people.
Through conversations, through clips, through interpretation, the moment stops belonging only to the gym and starts living outside it. And that's when everything changes, because a small sequence becomes a larger narrative. Not because anything was confirmed, but simply because it was witnessed, repeated, and reframed, and once something is seen that clearly, it inevitably gets discussed, dissected, and assigned meaning. Now the pressure shifts again, no longer just internal between players and coaches, but external. Shaped by viewers, fans, and analysis trying to decode intent from fragments, asking whether it was just competitive fire, a normal part of building chemistry under intensity, or something deeper. Even though there's no official explanation and no final answer, just a moment and the reactions it triggered, and sometimes that alone is enough to keep it alive. Now, every upcoming practice carries more weight. Every future interaction becomes amplified under a lens of attention that doesn't fade quickly, because once focus locks in, it sticks, and suddenly everything is measured against what came before. Every glance, every pause, every exchange being compared, reevaluated, and reinterpreted to the story that's already been written in people's minds, whether accurately or not. And that's how momentum shifts again, quietly but powerfully, into something bigger than the original moment ever was.
Was on a rager. She was destroying everything in her path. And she was shooting the lights out of the gym from three-point range. This is her three-point percentage. 80%, 67, 67, 62, 75%, 80%. I mean, I argued last year that Sophie should have been in the three-point contest instead of Lexi Hull, and there was a reason for that. I had a back and forth earlier, just an hour ago, with some moron who I was starting to wonder if he was a stalker, that was going on and on about Sophie Cunningham and how she was not a valuable piece to them making the playoffs, and she missed half the season. Well, no, dickhead. She missed 14. She played 30 games, 14 out of 44 games, or 30 games out of 44 games. And that without that stretch I just showed you, this team is not making the playoffs. Stop it. With all these injuries they had, Sophie was a valuable piece. Frankly, I don't think she got enough credit last year. But everybody's wigging out over this little piece about her talking about her contract. In case you're wondering, her contract, 1 year, $665,000 guaranteed, right? Let's go.
The Fever re-signed our good, close personal friend, Sophie Cunningham. to a 1-year contract. Let's go.
It was close. It was close.
Can I be nosy right off the jump?
By the way, it was close. She just told you she almost went to a different team, I think, is how I interpret that. But I think she understands the value of being on this team and trying to win a championship.
Given the changes in structure and money and all of that over the last few weeks, like, was the contract better than you thought it would? Nope. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think,
Sorry.
no, it's fine because it's tough because I came off an injury and like, I haven't been in front of any teams. Like, I had a lot going on this off season. And I was fully cleared. They had all the doctors. They had the numbers and everything. But if you don't get in front of these people, then it's like, hey, like, are you actually good? And so that, I'm not even going to lie to you. That was like a little kind of frustrating because I'm someone who, like, I kind of shoot it straight where if I wasn't feeling good or like I was hesitant.
That's what gives this moment its weight. Not the action itself, but the meaning people start attaching to it. Because perception spreads faster than context. And right now, perception is everywhere. The only thing left is what happens next. Does the group settle back into rhythm? Does the energy normalize and reset? Or does this moment linger and carry into everything that follows? Because if it lingers, then this is no longer just a standard day 2 in a training environment. It starts becoming a storyline, and storylines have a way of sticking, evolving, and refusing to fade quietly. So now the real question isn't just what happened in the gym, but what it represents in the bigger picture. Was this simply a competitive flash inside a high-pressure camp where emotions run tight and edges show? Or is it the early sign of something larger beginning to form? Something people are already noticing, already debating, already reading into in real time?